Mia hears her mother's voice from the basement and catches her father behind her. Ends on cliffhanger. Her father's eyes were hollow. He whispered, "You broke the rule, Mia." Then he smiled, a smile that didn't look human. He dragged her upstairs, locked the basement, and warned her never to mention what she heard. That night, she heard crying again, but this time, her father wasn't home. The next day, while cleaning, she found a small key under the rug. It fit the basement lock perfectly. Inside, the air was heavy. Chains hung from the ceiling, old toys covered in dust, and a camera still recording. On the camera screen, a video was still playing, her mother's voice whispering, "Run." The footage showed her father, sitting with someone who looked exactly like her. Same face, same voice. But it wasn't her. He had made a copy. The copy was still in the basement, and it had just opened its eyes. Mia hid behind the stairs as her father whispered to the clone, "You'll replace her soon. She's seen too much." The clone tilted its head, smiling with unnatural sharpness. "I already have, father." The real Mia gasped. The clone turned. Its eyes were hers. Her father ran down the stairs, shouting, but it was too late. The lights went out. When they came back, only one Mia remained. Her father's voice was calm, too calm. "You shouldn't be here, Mia," he whispered. "Go back to bed." She froze, unable to move, watching as he slowly reached for the basement key around his neck. He turned the key, locking the basement tight. "You must never open this door again," he said. "You'll only hurt yourself if you try." Then he smiled, but his eyes were empty. That night, Mia couldn't sleep. She kept hearing faint movements below, chains clinking, whispers calling her name. "Mia, don't trust him." The next morning, she asked her father who was in the basement. He stopped eating, fork frozen in mid-air. Then he said, "No one. That voice you heard was just in your head." But she saw it, a cut on his arm, deep and fresh. That night, her father went out. Alone in the house, Mia sat by the basement door. For an hour, nothing. Then came the whisper again, this time, clearer. "Mia, it's Mom." Her hands trembled as she grabbed the doorknob. The door was cold, almost breathing. She pressed her ear against it, and heard crying. But the crying was coming from upstairs. When the crying led upstairs, Mia thought she was safe. But her father's room wasn't empty, it was waiting. Her hands trembled as she grabbed the doorknob. The door was cold, almost breathing. She pressed her ear against it, and heard crying. But the crying was coming from upstairs. The footprints stopped at her father's closet. She hesitated, then slowly pulled it open. Inside the closet, there was nothing, just dust and an old rug. But under the rug, something glinted, a small silver key. The same one her father used on the basement door. She crept downstairs. Every step groaned like the house was alive. Her father was still gone. The clock read 2:47 a.m. Mia slid the key into the basement lock. The air was thick, heavy with rot. The basement wasn't what she expected. It wasn't even finished. Chains hung from the ceiling, old toys were scattered on the floor, and in the corner, a camera was still recording. She wiped the dust from the camera screen. The video was still playing, a woman's voice whispering, "Mia, please, don't let him find you." Her mother's voice. Then she saw it, something moving behind her in the reflection of the camera lens. She turned slowly, and there it was. A metal door at the back of the basement, slightly open. Something was breathing inside.